Hello everyone, welcome to HebeOn Technologies. This is Swapna Shetty. In this video, we'll be able to know how students can use our website. The main aim of using this website is students would be able to learn different courses which includes IT, non-IT and common courses. Students will be able to learn each course with theoretical technical knowledge about the topic as well as practical programming knowledge using Practice UI with simple real-life scenarios in detail. Students can avail this facility 24/7. Students will be provided with the facility of watching videos for each chapter. Students can also take up the exams after completion of each topic in each course and know the percentages in each of the courses. Along with these facilities, students can also take up mini projects and certifications. So let's know how to use this website. So when a student logs in, he would see the UI in this way. On the left hand side, we can view all the courses, all the IT, non-IT and common courses. IT includes the core programming languages like C, data structures, .NET, Java, DBMS and few UI development technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery and so on. Non-IT includes PLC SCADA and common courses includes campus drive in which the students will be able to know how to face the interviews and all, along with aptitude and soft skills. Students can also get their certifications done. On the right hand side, this is the dashboard where we can view chapter-wise attempted status. That is, a particular student has attempted 34% in C language and he has attempted 16% in JavaScript and so on. When a student clicks on any of the languages, let's say if he has selected core Java course, he can view all the chapters inside core Java on the left hand side and he can select any of the chapters, and the very first video he can watch is he can know about the topic in detail through a video. At the same time, he can also know about the topic theoretically with the information provided with this accordance. While learning or while going through the data given, he can also practice his programs. For example, we can view the code and he can try himself or herself by clicking on try yourself button. When a student clicks on try yourself button, he can reach out to a code practice UI where he can view the program on the left hand side and he can run the code and view the output on the right hand side. Similarly, if a student wants to make some changes and run the program, he can make some changes and run the code. And he can view the output along with these changes. While going through the content, student will also go through this code vita problems. Like here, the student will be able to see what is the problem statement and along with few test cases and the code where the student needs to implement. For example, when he clicks on try yourself, code practice UI would be open where a problem statement would be given with some few test cases to be tested and where the student needs to implement the logic here and run the code and view the output on the right hand side. That is with the test cases. For example, the first test case was run successfully, so we can see a green mark here. And the second test case was wrong, so we can view a red mark here. So it's a student's responsibility to write a code in such a way that the code runs successfully for all the test cases and get all green marks. And at the end, we can view some questions related to the topic. And after completing the questions, the student can take up the exam in that particular topic when he clicks the finish button. That is, if the student has already completed taking up the exam, we can view exam has been completed. Otherwise, student can take up the exam. Let's say Like this is the area where we will be able to know that whether a student has taken up the exam in that particular topic or not. For example, here the student has taken up the exam for a maximum of 5 marks and he scored 5 marks, and the exam date on which he has taken is mentioned here. Similarly, if you look at this area where we can see the green dash mark, that means the student has not taken up the exam. So when we click on this, we can say, if we click on a topic where the exam has been taken up, we can view the questions on which the exam was taken and the result, and along with the correct answer. So in this area we can see the maximum percentage acquired by the student along with the scored marks for a total marks. This is for the theoretical results, and for the practice results we can also see the scores. For example, what is this practice is the student can practice the problems using this code practice real time. When he clicks on this button, the student will be able to select any of the courses available in which some modules will be present, where each example will be carrying 1 mark and exercise would be of 3 marks. That is, if a student is able to successfully execute the example, he would get around 1 mark. If a student is successfully able to execute this exercise, he would be able to get around 3 marks. That is, we can few icons here where a student will be learning about this program from a video tutorial and also from a theoretical view, and also student will be able to know how to practice this, and students will also be able to know what is the exact solution when he clicks on show solution. So this is the solution for the program. And if at all if a student is making some changes, let's say instead of hello world, if a student is saying hello sir, he can make some changes and he click on save button. So when he clicks on save button, we can find this particular program with the changes in the third drop down list, that is basic print message exercise. That is, when we click on that, we can see what student has made the changes, and he can run the code along with the changes and view the output here. Similarly, if a student wants to write his or her own program, then he can click on plus button, where he can give the name of the program. Let's say test program is the name of the program, and he can write the code here, and when we move down, he can submit the program. When he clicks on submit the program, this test program will be shown in the third drop down list. So when a student clicks on test program, he can view his or her own program here and run the code and view the output. So this is basically code practice UI. And for each exercise, student will be getting 3 marks, and for each example, student will be getting around 1 mark. So he can practice these practical programs in all the courses available. So let's come back to the home. So along with this, we have few tabs here, like where a student can view his or her own report in each of the course. For example, when he clicks on my report, student will be able to select any of the courses and get this report. For example, in this particular C language, student can get his or her own report like total questions and total marks scored. Similarly, my exam tab is the tab where students can take up online examination, and my profile is a tab where students can fill his or her own details, and he can also pick up any profile pic and place it here. And feedback is the tab where student will be able to give his or her own feedback. When he clicks on feedback, he can give his name, course name and write the comments about that particular course and submit. Similarly, students will also can see some few creative mind maps. For example, this is a mind map, that is UI mind map, where we develop UI using technologies like HTML and CSS. And for client scripting, we use few technologies for JavaScript, jQuery, and so on to allow the user to enter correct, complete, and valid input. And this students can view their own mind maps. Like if a student has written some notes and if he wants to share it to the world, he has to use a language called HTML markup, hypertext markup language. And if he wants to show that notes colorfully with some messages, with some designs, then he need to use technology called CSS. So these creative mind maps will allow the student to know to know a complete picture of what actually that particular technology does. So that's all with this video. Thank you.